Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you all about why you should actually dress more modestly, especially when it comes to dating. If you're new here, hello, my name is Nicole. I'm a full-time beauty and fashion content creator, and I have learned so much by leveling up my appearance and being more strategic about how I dress, how I present myself, and that has not only helped me when it comes to being a content creator or, how I look, but it has also helped me level up my relationships and my dating experiences. If you don't know, I am married and I never thought the day would come. But for me personally, there was a point where, have you ever heard the definition of insanity? It's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a completely different result. And there was a point where I was dating and I was meeting people, but it would always end up in the same result, it not going anywhere. And it started to get me down because it made me feel like, obviously I'm so analytical, you guys, but I would look at like the sequence of events and I was like, right, I could get someone to be attracted to me. I can get them to go on a date with me. But there was then like that next step where that's where it was like dropping off. So I kept on like analyzing and trying different things, and it kind of made the dating experience a little bit more fun because I was like, even if this results in a failure, I'm still going to be able to gather data to then add into my little bank and then try and do something different next time. And it made dating a little bit more fun because I wasn't so emotionally wrapped up in the situation, but then equally I was able to test and trial and figure out, okay, what is going wrong here? Now, one of the biggest things that I think was going wrong, especially when I was younger, is I had everything on show, absolutely everything. And I think when you look around you and you are noticing your friends dress a certain way, you don't see anything about it. But I started to notice, why are guys just looking at me in a certain way? And that's kind of what has inspired this video, because even though I didn't dress like, a prude, I definitely think that dressing modestly allows you to weed out some of the guys that are just going to be looking at you for your body. Now, the next thing that I wanted to quickly touch on is that when you dress a little bit more modestly, you are going to find men that have the same values, or you're a lot more likely to find men that have the same values that you have. For me personally, it's actually really interesting because even on my wedding day, I had two dresses, and one of the dresses was more form-fitting. It was lace. I mean, I'll just insert a picture right here. And then I had another dress that was, to me, a little bit more classy. And I actually thought that my husband was gonna like this dress more than he liked this dress. And it was so interesting because afterwards I asked him, I was like, well, which dress did you like more? And he was like, I actually preferred this dress more. And I was like, that's so interesting, because I bought that dress for me because I didn't think that he would like it as much as this particular dress, because this dress was, even though it was long sleeve, it was a little bit more form-fitting. To me, it was just a little bit more sexy. But he was like, you don't present yourself like this all the time. And he's like, this was just beautiful. It was my favorite. And it really showed me that I didn't attract him with this. I attracted him with this. And that's why he found that dress that much more appealing, even though it was only my arms that were on show, not even my collarbone really. So I do think that if you are looking to find someone that has the same morals and values and outlook on life as you're gonna want to present that as much as you can, because otherwise, if you catch a guy with everything on show and then you decide to change that, I think sometimes that's where some women, they end up getting a little bit insecure when maybe they don't look like that anymore, or they get a little bit insecure when they see their guy is there's other women catching their man's eye. So I just think that's something to think about. Now, the other reason of why I want to speak about dressing a little bit more modestly when it comes to dating is that I don't believe modestly has to be frumpy or dowdy or a prude. I think dressing modestly can come across as a lot more elegant, a lot more classy, and essentially you get what you attract. If you are just somebody that has everything on show, you're gonna attract somebody that is their value. And if you are just dressing like that and you don't like people that just look at the surface and they don't get to know people and look at what's on the inside of you, as cheesy as that sounds, you're gonna be attracting that type of person. I like to look at it like fishing. I've never gone fishing, but this is what I hear. When you put a certain type of bait on the end of your fish hook, you're gonna catch a certain type of fish. So if you are looking at yourself like that bait and you are dressing yourself, adorning yourself in a certain way, you are going to catch a certain type of fish. And although there is plenty of fish in the sea, you have to understand that like when you present yourself in a certain way, you're gonna be the appetite that you are putting off is going to attract a certain type of person that has a certain palate and a certain taste that they're looking for. So I'm not saying to don't be proud of your body and be proud of your assets, but do realize that you are going to attract what you put out there. So we've already spoken about how, and when you dress a little bit more modestly, it can kind of work as a safeguard to kind of weed out the people who are just looking at you objectively. But the other thing that I wanted to talk about is that in a world, I saw this quote and like I hate it, but I think you'll get it. But it's like, in a world full of Kardashians, be a Kate. I don't think that like the Kardashians are that bad. However, I think again, it's gonna all come down to your personal taste. But I personally think that there's more people out there in the world putting everything on show. You stand out more when you actually are like clothed. And so that's how I felt with my wedding dress actually. There's more people out there with like their boobs all out and like in their tight corsets. And I was like, I actually am gravitating more towards like Mormon styled wedding dresses, even though I'm not Mormon, because it was so unique. It was so different. So if you're looking to stand out a little bit more, try dressing more classy, dressing more modestly, and you'll find that you stand out more than some of the other ladies around you. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about in regards to this subject is when you present yourself in a certain way, and that isn't necessarily how you're going to continue to present yourself. Like say you end up like attracting a guy and you are dressed to the nines and you know, your hair's back combed to the hills and smoky black eye, and you aren't like that on a regular day basis, that image is going to be exhausting to keep up with. I am not saying don't be groomed. I'm not saying don't be polished. I think that that is a part of being feminine. However, I see tons of ladies who, actually when we were out for our first anniversary, there was this girl and the extensions and the makeup and the like such a high maintenance look, and you could tell they were at the beginning of their relationship. And it was like, wouldn't you rather look a lot closer to what you truly look like on a day-to-day basis and see if he likes that? Because if he likes that, he's gonna like you no matter what. And when it comes to your image, that is. And I think as women, we go through so many experiences with our body, especially if we do have kids. And I would feel a lot more confident if a man got to love me for me as opposed to just my image, knowing that one day when I have kids, my body's going to go through such a transformation. So if you are someone that completely dolls yourself up to the point where you're not recognizable, I think that you might want to reconsider that, because it's actually quite exhausting to do yourself up to that degree. Never mind, I don't think that it looks truly elegant when you look like a completely different person from when you are at home and when you are out on the town. Anyways, my friends, that is it for this quick video. Let me know, do you want more relationship-y type videos like this? Let me know in the comments, and if you do like it, then I will make more of them. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, this will be one of your last chances to do so, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.